Hello, everybody. This is Tim from Tim's Sporting Channel, BigWillyBassin, coming at you. Hey, so what I wanted to share, this is part two of big news. So I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to start from the beginning. I had a tournament last month before that, and that was the two kayak fishing tournament. So I teamed up with a really experienced guy. We fished separate days on the river, different rivers, which was really cool. Man, I really was out there beating up the water. Couldn't find anything for the first half of the month. I don't know what happened. It was really slow here on the Willamette where I'm at, and I couldn't find anything. My partner did good. He was at 90 inches, literally fishing 2 days or 1 day. So smoked me. It took me probably the whole month to get about 80 some odd inches, around about that number. So what happened is I did pretty good, and they combine our inches, and we actually placed 8th place. So the first time I've actually been in the top 10. I was very excited. It was really cool to see. Our name was oh gosh, I can't remember right off the top of my head, but it was a pretty a hammer to you. That was the name of it. Our team, Hammer to You. I came up with that. Pretty original, right? So we did. It was pretty catchy. We did really well. The other guy, like I said, he just smoked it. I came up a little bit short. I was trying to push for that 100 inches. But I was really happy with being about 80. I was somewhere in the 80s. I can't remember exactly what number, but it was pretty good. So anyways, we were in the top 8. So first time in, we were number 8, first time in top 10. So I was happy about that. So we're going to fast forward a little bit to last month, which was the River Rat tournament, online tournament. Again, it was, like I said, it was just really hard to find the right connection to get the fish to bite. We had a full moon. We had the water that dropped. Now it was coming back up. I think that had a lot to do with it. And all of a sudden we had a really hot spurt here. It just got really hot quick. And so I think that played a role in it. The area I was fishing at also played a role. I couldn't, I have a kayak. I don't have a motor, so it's pedal drive, so I just fish my normal area. I know it, now I know it like the back of my hand. I've been fishing now for 2 years. So I know where the fish, the bigger fish are at, and I know some of the really hot spots and prime spots. So moving a little bit forward, so it was last month. So I was fishing my last day that I could fish because of my work schedule. So I'm out there fishing. I ran into a buddy that has a Hobie, and a Hobie Mirage, I believe, and really nice guy. I think he's joined the channel, and I want to say thank you, a shout out to him. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he actually followed me into the boat ramp so I could make it safely. So what happened, I actually got a crack in my kayak, in my right Mako. It was just to the right of my seat. I remembered that I started seeing some water, but I couldn't figure out where it was at. And I was thinking, well, maybe it's just because of splashing water from the wakeboard boats coming by, and me just getting a little water inside, and just that sort of thing, right? So I just got a little bit of water, never noticed anything. And then that day I was out fishing. I said, hey, I'm going to fish till an exact time, and I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and fish maybe an hour longer, see if I can get 2 more fish so I could move up. So I actually moved up to 11th place out of 17. And I'd only fished really 3 productive days out of this whole month, literally. It was crazy. So I look down, I see this crack, and it's probably about like that long and that wide. And I started taking on water, and the back of my kayak was slowly sinking. So I tell the guy, he says, oh man, he looks at it and he says, hey, I'll follow you in. So it was a blessing. I appreciate him following me all the way into the boat dock. By the time I got to the boat dock, my kayak was literally, back end was in the water. I was taking water in. So I know it's a manufacturer defect because I did have someone say that on Facebook, because I shared the picture. and I will share the picture, that it cracked, and it's a pretty significant crack. The crazy thing about this is I'm lucky I found it when I did, and if I had not stayed for another hour longer, I probably would have never noticed it. So I have contacted Riot Mako. I'm a little upset because I paid pretty much top money for it, and I mean it was like regular price when I bought it. Now they've dropped a little bit. I've called and left message after message after message after message. I've even filed the claim online, and I have not heard anything. It's very disappointing. I even made a video explaining how I really enjoyed it. It was a budget-friendly kayak. It was made pretty good quality. Entry level. I got to get on the water, spent lots of hours on the water with it, and enjoyed it. So I really had a good time on the kayak. I really did, and I bought it from Next Adventure here in Portland. And shout out to Matt Walker. He was the guy that sold it to me. Walked me through the whole steps of what I needed, what I bought. So I bought everything I needed. I bought the dolly carrier. I bought the oars, and I bought straps, and I bought a flag, and I bought a fishing rod holder. So I bought a lot of stuff. So I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little disappointed about this. I really hope that Riot Mako gets back to me. I'm a little disappointed that I haven't even got a phone call or nothing, and it's pretty significant. When you spend your money, and it's not bashing, I want to get that straight, it's not bashing them at all. I just think that their customer service needs to be bar none, especially when someone gets on there and talks about, I'm not sponsored by them, talks about their kayak as being a great entry level for a lot of big guys that want a good kayak, that can get into it. If they want a kayak tournament, they can. If they want to just be out there and just relax and kayak, or just pedal anywhere, and just enjoy the water, that's the direction I would say it's really formed for. So again, not bashing them, I'm just upset with them. I'm very disappointed. I really hope that they see this video and that they respond, because they responded to my video and said it was great that they saw another review on Riot Mako, and they really appreciate it. And they sent me this really cool email through YouTube, which I thought was great, right? So anyways, like I said, I've contacted them over and over, and nothing in response. So I'm waiting to hear something. Hopefully I do, because I just want my money back so I can put it towards what I have. So anyways, you probably see something in the background that's a little bit different, and I'm just going to turn the camera a little bit. That's right, guys. I stepped up and I did a lot of research, did a lot of hours on YouTube and looking on reviews and talking to different people in the kayak tournament world. And there's obviously, 3 different kayaks that are out there, 4 that are really popular. You got your Jackson, you got your Hobie, Old Town, and then you got this one here, the Native Slayer. Native Slayer 12.5. So that's what I have, is the Native Slayer. I took it out today, started outfitting it here just this afternoon. I will say my biggest thing with this, it's a total game changer now that I've been able to be out there and tournament fish and see what I need, what I don't need, what works out better for me. It sits higher, which I'm not used to. I'm used to sitting down in. It tracks very well. It's like riding a bicycle on water. It's even more effortlessly than the Riot Mako that has their pedal drive system is a little bit different. It's like a big enclosed wheel inside with a bunch of gears, and you're pedaling. This one here is like an actual bicycle. The prop is kind of the same design. I do like the fact I can pop it up and put the cover over it, and just use my oars to get me in to the shore. I do like the fact that it tracks really well. It tracks actually great. I mean, I don't know about Old Town, Jackson, or Hobie, but I will say this one here tracks really, really well. I was very impressed today. I was very impressed on how effortlessly it was to pedal. Um, I am probably going to upgrade my steering that is down low. I want it a little higher, so I will get that upgrade. I probably will change out the pedals here a little bit. I want to go with orange because it accents the orange oars, right? Um, I have my fish finder on it. I'm gonna try and get some lights on the front, the green and red lights. I'm probably gonna put some lights on the inside of it. Um, I think I have. I will tell you, this is the other big piece. As a big guy going into kayaks, it's kind of scary because they're the different types of kayaks that are out there. You can get polluted with a lot of this. It's stable, it's stable, it's stable, it's stable. They're all going to say the same thing, right? I mean, it's pretty much because they're trying to sell their kayaks. What I wish I had done, and I recommend this to anybody that's big guys that are getting kayaks. I'm 275. Um, I will say 275 at 6 foot. This capacity is 500. The Riot Mako was 450, I think, and it was 12.3. Okay, so I gained a few inches in length, but I can't believe how much more it has helped me because now I can reach around and grab some. I can actually turn around. Um, the new native that's out that everybody saw at ICAST, I watched tons of videos. Greg Blanchard did a review on it. A couple guys I know did some reviews on it. Oh man, it's this thing here. All I need is a swivel seat, and I'm going to try and see if I can get one. I don't know about going with the two graphs up front, and live scope, and the two anchors in the back, and then the motor. I don't know if I'm going to go that route. We'll see. I mean, we're getting towards the end of the year. Maybe next year I might look into that. We'll see how things go. But I really like pedaling because I get my exercise in. And it's relaxing just having that. I mean, it would be nice to have the motor to motor me where I'm at to get there and then pedal back. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm still in the middle of that sort of thing, making a decision on it. But what I will say for the most part is this is a game changer, big game changer. There's so much room. Capacity's 500. I'm not even probably touching, my weight plus my Yak Attack box, my rods. I have no anchor. I didn't bring a little, I have a little lunchbox, so I am going to start putting a little lunchbox in there with drinks and some snacks. And I will say, for the most part, it is a very comfortable kayak. It's different sitting up versus sitting down in. I will say, I've read a lot of stuff on that. And sitting in, you're more kind of centered a little bit. When you sit up, you feel kind of off balance a little bit. And I noticed that first when I got in it. And then, my luck, a big old boat came by, and wake boat, and they make some huge waves. I realized really quickly that, my center of balance now is up rather than down. So when you're down, you cut a little bit better. I noticed that. The bow of the boat here, it smooths over the wakes, where the Riot Mako just cuts. It just slashes right through it. It's the way that bow is up in the front, right? So that was something I had to learn, that it's a little bit different. The rudder system is a little bit different. I like the fact that it's on the left side. For some reason, left side is a little bit more natural for me. I've had it on the right. I didn't really care for it. It was like I had too many things going on the right side. Fish finder, rod holder, steering, rod, and then I had my catch bores, you can see right there, all on the right side. It was just too much on the right side. I did notice, with my battery holder from Yak Attack, and everything. It always made my kayak on the right side heavier. So it was a bear at times. I went to one creek and it was pretty tough trying to get that kayak up into the truck on the extension hitch that I have right here. I think you can see it right there, right? Okay, there's my rudder, but my hitch pops out. I'll show you. I have one of those hitches, so it's right there, okay? So, funny thing with this is I'm noticing it's nice to have that. I noticed when I loaded up, because I have my boat ramp where I'm at is not steep, but it's, most boat ramps like at that angle. I realized this one here, I was worried about the weight because they said, it's about 128 pounds, once you get everything on it. And I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't really feel that it was any heavier. I felt like it was even. It felt really even on both sides. So I was able to pick it up and put it in really with one try. Just lift the front up, got the front on the back hitch piece back here. And then once I got it on that, I went to the back and just right back in there, right? So it just moved in real smooth, and that was it. I mean, I just loaded up in no time. So again, I just wanted to throw out there for you big guys, go out there and test kayaks. That's what I was going to say earlier, is get out there. If your local kayak store has a day where you can test out kayaks, I think that would have been a better selling point for me at the time. But I had limited expenses. I had said, this is what I'm spending, this is what I'm buying for accessories, then this is what I'm buying for rods that I wanted to upgrade to, and reels. I wish I had stopped on that. I have a lot, and just backed off and said, I'm gonna put this towards this, and I'm gonna get a little bit better kayaks. So I looked at the Hobies, looked at Old Towns. I mean, they're heavy. Some of them are heavy, and I was looking at the Pedal 120, and I was looking at the Jackson Bite, and then I looked at the next Jackson, the Nar, and then, I mean, this was pushing my budget for what I wanted to spend. Those really pushed up above. It's like everything now is just this. I mean, the prices are just going crazy on these kayaks. So I said, well, this is a pretty good price. I looked around online. I preferred to buy local rather than order. That's my other thing I would suggest, is buy local, so that way you can test it. You can sit in it. You can find out if it feels good on the water, if it's comfortable to you, and if you can get to things. That was my one complaint with the Riot Mako, is everything was literally right behind me. So I was always doing this. I could never see what I was grabbing. I would guess to see what 3,500 bucks I was grabbing. I have them all labeled, but I couldn't see them. This one here, I can turn completely around, look in my Yak Attack box, get what I want, turn around, open it up, and I'm good. And then to take a picture in the Riot Mako, I had to lay my legs flat. I felt like I didn't have enough leg room, and I had the thing all the way back, and I still felt like I was cramped. Okay, this one here, I didn't feel any cramps at all. No, I felt completely relaxed. I had plenty of room to stretch my legs, plenty of room, and I don't even have mine all the way back yet. And so where I'm at with it now is I'm going to keep it where it's adjusted, and I think it's going to work out really well. I think the big thing now is looking at some other little upgrades here and there. I'm going to look more on YouTube and see what people are doing. This is the 2023 Native Slayer, and I'm going to tell you, it is a Slayer. It is well worth the money. I'm very impressed. I think Native is, I'm going to say, I've never been in the other kayaks, but I will say this one here has got a lot of them beat in the kayak industry. And I'm not trying to push this on anybody or anything, but if you're a big guy and you do want something that is comfortable, pedal effortlessly. You've got rod holders. You got 2 rod holders. You've got plenty of room for a bigger box. My box is the smaller one, okay? But I put 3 rod holders on each side, so I have 6. And it works out fine. I don't really have a need to go bigger. I have room that I can put a little cooler in the back behind me. Then I can put a motor on if I choose to, and do a bunch of different things. I mean, it's pretty much, it's all set up for a motor in the back. It's all set up for anchors in the back. It's all set up for a bow motor if I wanted one, right? And I'm thinking maybe next year I might look into that. But I'm going to do a lot of research and find out what's better. And then by that time, it's probably going to end up being nothing that I'm going to have in the back of the truck. It's probably going to be on a trailer. So I'm slowly getting to a point of where I'm finding out that things are, I know what I need. I know what works well. I know this is good for now. I can move it myself and not have an issue. I don't need any help. You don't need to be the biggest guy to move this thing. It's pretty easy. Getting on the water, pedaling is effortlessly. It's comfortable, plenty of room, and the big piece is it's a native Slayer. I mean, that's really, it speaks for itself. It's a Slayer. It's I don't know about the Old Towns and the Hobies, but this thing here it's a fishing machine. I broke it in today. I caught me a 15-inch smallie. I lost one even bigger. So I broke it in. So it's been a great, wonderful day. I was out there only for about 4 hours, and it was hard fishing at first, but I've slowly ran into a spot where I found some fish. So anyways, that's the big update now. I'm sorry I have been out of the social media for a minute, but it has been crazy at my job. So I've been trying to work. I work crazy hours, and I try to get out on the water when I can. This makes it so much simpler. I don't feel, and I'll just be honest with you, I don't feel like it's a chore to load up the kayak and then get to the river and go to the boat dock and unload and put all my stuff in and then go park the truck and go back out and get on the water. Now I can do it in no time. So I just want to give you guys an update. Please like, subscribe. I'm plain Jane to the point. I'm out there fishing, and I'm going to fish as long as the weather holds off. It looks like we're going to be set for a while. I do plan on fishing the bronzeback tournament. I'm going to try my best to get one live tournament, and if I can, I'm going to go ahead and put it on YouTube. I have some videos that I still have to download on my computer for my new GoPro. I have lots of stuff. I have some action shots. What I do like, and I noticed on this, and this is the last thing I want to share with you guys, I can put my GoPro stand up in the thing with the right angle, because everything was right behind me on my right side. As the flag was slapping me in the head, and the GoPro was like right here, and now I can put that GoPro behind me and give myself more of an angle shot and get a lot more live feed and real-time fishing, as well as I'll have a battery to constantly keep it charged and get some good action shots. So this is Tim from Tim's Sporting Channel. I hope I didn't bore you too much. This is just an update on everything. It has been a crazy summer. A lot of guys are doing really well in our circuit in this area. I really want to go to one of the live tournaments. And like I said, unfortunately, it's because work is just, I don't have the weekends off that most people do. But I will say, for the most part, it's been very exciting. And seeing these guys do really well. Like I said, I'm slowly cracking into that top 10. I'd like to make it into this one here, this new tournament that's coming up. This one is you pick your day to fish. I'm already signed up. It's the end of the month. I picked a Saturday, and there's no limit to how many. So I'm going to go out there and get her done and see what I can do, see if I can crack that top 10. And be at that point of where I know I can be at that level. It's been a lot of fun this summer. Next summer, I can't wait. I'm gonna be all geared up for it, because now I've got the kayak And I will say one last thing to throw out there. You do get what you pay for. And I'm going to say that again. You do get what you pay for. Right Mako is an inexpensive kayak. When you go up in price on these kayaks, you start to see the pedal drives different, the cup holders, the storage, the weight capacity, if it can take a motor in the front or the back, different things. So take that all in consideration and get out there and get on a kayak and try it out before you make a decision. YouTube has millions of videos on every kayak out there. And there's always somebody doing a review on something, and they have the pros and the cons, which is fair. All of these kayaks have something everybody likes, and then there's that one or two things that somebody doesn't like, and they pick it, and it's like, well, it's not the end of the world. Anything man-made is going to have a flaw no matter what. But look for something that fits your needs, that you're comfortable with, that can get you around safely. I'm just blessed that I was in 50 feet of water when I noticed a crack and I was taking water on, and I made it back to the dock. So I will say, Right Mako does a good job of their pontoon style inside their kayak. I did have about 3 gallons of water in it. The bow of the boat was poking up and the back was starting to go down. So it got me back safely. I was not scared that I wasn't going to get back, but I was concerned. My life, number one, and then all my gear. I was just thinking that's thousands of dollars in gear that would just be right at the bottom of the river, and I'd never get it back. So get out there, test a kayak before you buy it. If they have a free day to test kayaks at your local kayak store, get out there, get on one, try it out, get on another one, try it out. Ask questions, ask a lot of questions. Feel free to hit me up if you got questions. Like I said, I'm 275. I'm a big guy, 6 foot. I'll be honest, I had my own doubts about being on a kayak because I thought big guys, you normally see, and this is funny, but I normally see smaller guys on kayaks and they could just zip around. And then I started realizing it's not that, it's just finding the right kayak. You have to go bigger, for us big guys. Leg room, storage room, weight capacity. The 10 footers, I stayed away from those because for the same price I got something that's 12.5, and it's got plenty of room and it can take anything if I want to put it on there. So I had nothing but compliments today. A lot of guys are very impressed to see my kayak. I know in the kayak world they're probably going to just start saying, well, now I'm up with the big boys. So I am up there with the big boys, and I plan on going out there and being able to compete with those guys. So this is Tim from Tim's Sporting Channel. I see I kind of made this a little long. I hope it's informative for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. As you can hear, the good humor man is coming down the street. Love me some ice cream. So I'm gonna get out of here. This is Tim from Tim's Sporting Channel, BigWillyBassin. Hope you enjoyed my video. Like and subscribe. Hey, get out there and fish, make some memories, enjoy yourself, and enjoy every day. Treat it as if it were your last day. I'm out there hitting the water just about every day, and I'm off, and I enjoy every bit of it. It's Tim from Tim's Sporting Channel, BigWillyBassin. Tight lines, everybody.